How's it going, everyone? It is the investing guy here, and today I have a video for you guys on my QYLD and RYLD investment. So I want to give you guys an update on that and let you guys know how that is going. I also have a little something special for you guys. I'm going to be getting rid of a stock. I'm going to be telling you why, and then I'm going to be purchasing its replacement for my portfolio. Let's get right into the video. Thank you guys so much for 500 subscribers. It really does mean the world to me. If you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button and also hit that notification bell so that you never miss one of my videos. Yet again, another red day. So just 2 days ago, we uploaded a video of a red day, and here we go. Another cool thing though, we did break 16,000 finally. So finally we have more than 16,000 in our stock portfolio. But if we look at the all-time, we are quite low. We haven't been this low in a very long time in terms of profits. This is the biggest dip that I have been through. You can see here that this is the biggest dip that the portfolio has seen, and I am calm, I am relaxed, I am purchasing as much as I can. But let's get to the point of this video, and the point of this video is to go over our RYLD and QYLD investment. I want to show you guys just how it's looking. It's looking actually quite nice. Okay, if we look here, we see that RYLD is my biggest holding, followed by QYLD, which is my second biggest holding. You can see we have a total return of negative $10.58. This is actually kind of not true because we're actually positive due to our dividends. For some reason, Robinhood doesn't take into account the dividends, so it doesn't add it as terms of your returns. So let's go ahead and check that out. You can see that we have an average cost of $25.36. It is currently $25.16. Portfolio diversity is quite a bit. We're at 8.24% of our portfolio diversity is RYLD. But here we go. This is what I've been doing. So like I said, every single month, I'm just going to purchase half a stock. RYLD should be purchasing half of a stock by itself. So should QYLD. And here we see that RYLD is actually purchasing itself more than half a stock, right? So when I created this whole plan, I said 50. I went with 50 because at 50, theoretically, they should be purchasing half a share each month by themselves, right? Without me doing anything. And then here you see that I purchased the other half. So every single month, we're adding one share into our holding, right? So half of that share comes from the dividend itself, and then the other half of that share comes from my actual investment. So you can see that I bought half of that right there, and then RYLD actually bought a little bit more than half, which was really, really cool to see this. So instead of buying one share, this month we actually bought 1.01. But then again, that's going to continue growing every single month, or it should continue growing. All right, let me show you the dividend history because it's actually pretty cool. So here we go. Here's the dividend history. For this month, we got $12.86, which has been our biggest dividend. And then we see that August 38th, so 1 month ago, we got $12.56. So we got a complete 30 cents more this month, which is quite a bit. It's quite a bit. So we are already seeing that compounding effect happen right in front of our eyes, right? And as we see here, last month it was only able to purchase 0.49. So theoretically speaking, this month we should get to $13, right? So we should be somewhere at around $13.02, somewhere around there. But again, remember that the RYLD dividend does vary per month. So we can see here that this month we got 0.2519. Last month we got 0.2458, right? And then the month before we got 0.2475. So it really varies on how the market performs. All right, so now let's check out QYLD because QYLD is actually not performing as well as RYLD. And I want to show you guys the evidence. So let's go on over to QYLD. All right, so here we see QYLD is my second biggest holding. So let's go ahead and check it out. So theoretically speaking, again, remember, I bought 50 shares of QYLD because when I came up with this little idea, at 50 shares, QYLD should have been purchasing half of itself, and I would be purchasing the other half. RYLD has been doing that, but let's check out QYLD here, okay? We see that QYLD only purchased 0.43 of itself, so not nearly half of a share. So it needed quite a bit more to, it wasn't even close to half of a share, right? It was closer to 4/10 of a share. So quite disappointing on part by QYLD. We see that this month we only got 19 cents per share. So not the best month. And if we check out last month, we actually got less, 18 cents per share. So QYLD has not been performing as well as RYLD. So remember when I decided to, my first goal was I wanted 100 QYLD. But as soon as I started doing research into RYLD, I felt more and more in love with RYLD. And I said, you know what? Instead of going 100 QYLD, I'm going to go 100 RYLD and QYLD together. So that was the reason why I did that. And we can see that it's working out well because RYLD is performing a lot better than QYLD. So I'm glad that I made that choice, and I'm glad that it's working out the way that I planned it to work out. Except for QYLD. QYLD is not working out the way that I wanted it to work out. This month here, we see that QYLD can give us those big dividends at 22 cents, right? But it hasn't been performing the best these past few months. So hopefully we could see a month where QYLD gives us more than 20 cents again per share. That would be awesome to see that again. Yeah, I mean, I'm still continuing to buy half a share, and then you see here that I bought half a share. RYLD is getting us more than half a share. QYLD is getting us a lot less than half a share. So a little disappointed on QYLD, but it's still good. It's $9.73 is still a big dividend. I'm still happy with it. It's not the end of the world, right? It's just a little bump in the road, I believe, for QYLD. I think it'll get through this, and we will see it back at those 20-cent dividends, and maybe by next month. Hopefully by next month we'll see it there. I did say that I was going to get rid of a stock, and I'm going to show you guys the replacement for that stock. So the stock that I'm going to get rid of, guys, is Ford. Okay, so I bought Ford thinking that it would reinstate its dividend and everything would be nice and everything would be fine. Now, I do not own a lot of Ford. I only own 2 shares and a little bit more than 2.5 shares. When I see my portfolio, I don't want to see Ford in there anymore. I do not want to see Ford in there anymore. The dividend yield, you can see here that they have not reinstated the dividend. And looking at the price history for the dividend, it's just they don't raise it. They don't raise the dividend. You can tell that they don't value the dividend. So I don't want to invest in a company like this anymore. I had bought it with intentions of reaching 100 shares. I don't know if you guys know, but if you have 100 shares of Ford, you get a nice discount on a car. But if you buy a car from them, right? And I really like the Ford F-150 Lightning. But you know what? Right now, I don't need a new car. I don't want to get into that sort of debt. So I'm not even thinking about that anymore, right? So I'm just going to get rid of this. I don't want this anymore. I'm going to get rid of it, and I'm going to show you guys the replacement. So I want to sell all of it. I don't want any of it. I don't even want it to show in my portfolio anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this here. All right, there we go. We sold our Ford. You can see that now we have zero shares of Ford, but we did get $36 out of it, which is perfect because that gives me enough money to purchase the stock that I am going to replace Ford with. So let's go ahead and check out that stock. It's actually one that I really like, and I'm very excited to tell you guys about. So let's go ahead and check it out. All right, here is the stock that I am going to replace Ford with. This is XYLG, and it's very cool because it's a mixture of a growth ETF and a covered call ETF. So think of getting something like ARK Invest and mixing it with something like QYLD, right? So you get the best of both worlds, and I really do like it, and it gives you a huge dividend, right? I do want to show you guys the history of the dividend. So, but anyways, let's look at the performance. We all know that it's been a rough month this month, so you can see that it's down $1.16. So maybe a nice time to purchase a dip. If we look at the 3-month, it's not looking so great. But if we look at the 1 year, look at that, up 18%. That is amazing. We look at the 5-year, it actually wasn't. It was listed on September 21st, so it doesn't have that much history. But you can see that it's just, look, it started at $24.93, and it's just been up, 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 up in terms of value. So you get the best of both worlds, where you get a covered call, something like QYLD, and then you also have a growth ETF. So I know that a lot of people do not like QYLD because they say, well, you know what? It's just not growing. It's just not growing. You know, it just stays, the price just stays stagnant. Well, then here's a solution. You know, you have a growth ETF. You see the price just continue to go up, and very cool. You see here a huge dip, which means, hey, this might be a perfect time to buy. And that's what I'm going to do. First, before I purchase, I want to show you guys why I like this stock. And then I'm going to tell you guys the dividend that you can expect from this stock, okay? This ETF or covered call ETF, whatever you want to call it, gives out nice dividends of 11, pretty much around 11 cents, almost 12 cents. And you can tell that it's pretty consistent. Other than this month here, where it gave off 8 cents, it's pretty consistent. It's giving out more than 10 cents per share. And I'm curious to see, you know, it is something new. It doesn't have that many years in the market. Again, it does pay out monthly, so that's pretty cool. It pays out monthly. But I'm curious to see in the future, if the price of this continues to rise, will the dividend also rise? I'm curious to see what will happen, right? So I'm pretty excited. You know, I'm not going to go all in on this. I want to reach maybe 10 shares of this, and then I'm going to call it a pause and just see where this goes, because it is a quite new ETF here, so I don't want to go all in. I do want to see how it performs, because if it just decides to stay stagnant at around $31, then I can easily just get rid of it and sell it. But I don't think that'll happen. It is a growth ETF, so I'm expecting it to continue to grow. Okay, guys, I do want to tell you guys that I did the math here. I added all these up, and then I divided it, and we ended up getting around, the average was around 11 cents. Okay, and if we multiply 11 cents times 12, we end up with $1.32. Okay, so that would give us roughly around a 4.5 dividend for this company, actually around 4.4. So you can expect a 4.4% dividend, which is it's a huge dividend, right? For something that continues to grow. So something that pays off about a 4% dividend is Verizon. So I want you guys to see the difference. So let's see Verizon here. I just want you to see this is something that pays off around 4% dividend. So if we look here, they're about the same, similar dividend, right? But look at the price action of Verizon. So it just doesn't go up, right? It just kind of stays stagnant in the same place. So that's something that you can expect from a stock that gives off around 4% dividend. It's just not going to move up, right? It's not going to move up that much. Something that gives off around 4.5% dividend, you can just expect it to stay around the same price. But with QYLD, it's pretty cool that we do see it go up. So that's something that I really do like, right? That's something that I really do like about this. That not only do we get a huge dividend, but we also get a price increase. At least that's what it's shown us in the 1 year of its existence. So in 1 year, it's gone up around 18%, which is quite a bit. And at a point, it was up more than 20%. So very cool. I'm very excited to purchase this. I do want to see those. Hopefully we get to see those, 18% gains per year again. I know that's probably very unrealistic, but if we can have just 1 year where, maybe it gives us a consistent 10% increase every single year, plus huge dividends, I mean, you just get the best of both worlds, right? So hopefully this works out as planned, but I'm very excited for this. So I am going to purchase this, and I'm going to do that right now. You guys remember that we got $36 from Ford, so I'm going to go ahead and put $36 into QYLD. Okay, guys, so that's going to be it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I hope that you guys learned something new, and I hope that you guys found this interesting. Like I like to say, let's go to the moon together, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.